Copy you, Cap.
What are we dealing with, co-pilot? Looks heavily fortified. You got this, Cap?
Wait for it.
Haha, dale.
So, look, I know you're a little busy right now, but I have been thinking about some upgrades for the suit, my Falcon suit, and I'm feeling green.
I'm kind of busy right now.
Right, yeah, we can talk about this later. But you do like green, though, right? Cap? Right? You better like the green, because it's gonna be green.
Come and get me!
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. Marvel released a brand new Captain America Brave New World trailer. There's a bunch of new footage here, so we'll break it all down. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. Tickets aren't going to go on sale for a little while, but remember, this movie is coming out in February, so we're going to start getting a bunch more footage from this. So we should start to see how this is going to fit in with Avengers 5 Doomsday, the Thunderbolts movie, and everything that's happening through Secret Wars. Just because it's one of the final movies before Avengers 5 next to Thunderbolts and the new Fantastic Four movie next year.
Which is why I want you, Captain America, to help me rebuild the Avengers.
The Avengers.
The other big thing going on here, too, is the whole idea is they're using the movie to sort of set up the idea that they're trying to form the new Avengers by the events of this movie, but Thunderbolt Ross wants Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson Captain America to do it with him and for them to create an Avengers team that the government that he, Thunderbolt Ross, president, can control, which obviously Sam Wilson not so hot on. And I think we're all on the same page when we believe that they're actually going to steal the quote-unquote thunder out from under him in the actual surviving Avengers who technically should own the name, when during the Thunderbolts movie, Val names the Thunderbolts the New Avengers and just calls them the New Avengers instead of calling them the Dark Avengers, which is what they're more like in the comics. Just starting at the beginning of the trailer, most of this footage focuses on the new Torres version of Falcon, just like the comics. So if you're not a big comic book reader or you haven't read the Captain America comics, particularly the more recent comics, when Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson became Captain America in the comics, there was a new Falcon who was the Torres character. That was why they introduced the character during Falcon and Winter Soldier, because he was meant to be the new Falcon. We get a much better look at his suit. It's green, kind of like the comic book version, but obviously updated for the MCU in modern day. I do not think that it's made out of vibranium like Sam Wilson's new Captain America suits. Like, there are multiple Captain America suits he wears in the trailers. There's the white suit that we saw at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier that they've also updated with the helmet. Like, it's got a brand new helmet function here. They changed the neck too. They said the main reason for doing this was actually all the post-production, the special effects, the visual effects that they had to do to polish it up during Falcon and Winter Soldier. This was meant to be a more comic book accurate version of his Captain America suit when he got it in the comics, but the headpiece in live action was just so hard for them to do without a ton of extra visual effects, which added a crazy expense to the actual series. Like, it was a ton of money. That when they got to Captain America Brave New World, we're like, we'll fix that problem by just getting rid of it. Joke's on them, though, because they tried to save some money by fixing the suit like that, but they did so many reshoots that Captain America Brave New World is going to wind up being one of the most expensive movies that Marvel has ever made, next to like Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, or like the upcoming Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. But this is meant to be the first really good look at the new Falcon suit. Both of them have a red wing now. It's not like Captain America only has 2 red wings. Falcon has his own version of red wing too. There are a couple of different scenes that they focus on in this trailer. So the first one is him taking out the Serpent Society when he drops down super fast. There have been a ton of questions about this too. The CG was kind of questionable, but I think they'll polish this by the time the movie actually comes out in a couple months. This is meant to be a comp to Iron Man's move. He does this in a lot of his movies. The reason why Iron Man can do this all the time without it liquefying his body is because his suit handles all the G-forces. There's meant to be systems inside his suit that counteract those G-forces. The reason why Sam Wilson can do it in present day without his entire body turning into a pile of goo is because his suit, if this wasn't clear, like they didn't really get into this too much during Falcon and Winter Soldier, but his suit is meant to be made out of vibranium. So like Black Panther did similar moves like this, the suit basically absorbs that kinetic energy and turns it into energy that he can then redirect. But in this scene, they played for the supersonic joke because he's moving faster than the speed of sound, so the sound wave comes after him and then blows all the Serpent Society out. While this is going on, you actually see Falcon back at the military base where it seems like they manage a lot of their operations, and there's a whole bunch of Easter eggs going on here around in the background and on his desk. So a couple of notable things you probably saw here. So on his monitors, that's actually Red Wing on the left monitor. On the right monitor, he's just watching him land and take out the Serpent Society. He's got an Xbox controller. That's a Microsoft laptop because I think they're trying to use this for a Microsoft ad too. But he's also got Scott Lang's book. So Falcon has been reading Scott Lang's book, Look Out for the Little Guy. If you don't remember, because so many people were just talking about what happened with Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania when that came out, like all of the Kang of it all that stuff that wound up happening to Jonathan Majors right after that. But Marvel actually sold Scott Lang's book in real life. Like they actually made a real book based on this that you could still buy, I think, today. It's basically meant to be an autobiography that Scott Lang wrote, and it was the way he made money after Avengers Endgame and the Avengers disbanded. Because part of the joke during Marvel Phase 4, they kind of got into this during Falcon and Winter Soldier.
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
You hear me?
Everybody remembers that Anchorman joke. They basically turned that into a real thing during Falcon and Winter Soldier, where Falcon couldn't get a bank loan because he'd been snapped, so he didn't have a job for a couple years because he had been snapped. Which actually sounds like something really crappy that a real-life bank would actually do to you. All of his current funding now comes from the military in Thunderbolt Ross, which leads to some problems between the two of them during Captain America Brave New World. But you notice one of the other big things in the background of his desk here is the Pingo Doce soda from The Incredible Hulk. We just saw that during Deadpool and Wolverine, during that scene where he actually lands on the Void, and you actually see the Secret Wars God Emperor Doom Easter egg from the actual real-life Secret Wars comic book. It made a little more sense why it showed up during Deadpool and Wolverine, because all kinds of different Easter eggs just get pruned and sent to the Void. That's just the way that it works. But I think the reason why the Pingo Doce soda shows up here in this Captain America Brave New World trailer is because so much of the movie invokes Incredible Hulk lore, characters, and storyline. Like the leader's character. The leader is meant to be the main villain of this movie. Most people think Red Hulk is supposed to be the main villain, but he's only supposed to Hulk out into Red Hulk form a couple times, and technically the way that Anthony Mackie has talked about it, he has a pretty good working relationship, or Thunderbolt Ross does, with Sam Wilson when the movie begins. So most of the movie, when he's hulking out, is actually Sam Wilson trying to help him not destroy the world. And the only reason why Red Hulk is trying to kill Captain America is just because he's fully hulked out, like he's become a mindless version of the rage monster Red Hulk. Leading to the follow-up question, how does he actually stop him during their fight? Because there's no way, even with a vibranium wingsuit, he's not going to be able to take him down. You can actually see some of his comic book powers here too. His powers are meant to be different from the Bruce Banner Green Hulk. When he hulks out, his skin actually radiates so much heat, you actually see flames coming off of him. So you see a little bit of that going on in the background here. That's what these flames are from. They're literally coming off of his skin. This is also why when he punches Captain America's shield, sparks come off of it, because the sparks are coming from his fist. Part of the twist here, I think they're also going to be using this during the Thunderbolts movie, because there's no way the Thunderbolts themselves could actually stop the Sentry. The Sentry is so OP. In both cases, it's going to be more of a talk no jutsu situation where the Sam Wilson Captain America talks Red Hulk down, sun's getting real low style. And even though the Thunderbolts movie is going to be vastly different just in terms of vibe and tone just in general, most of those characters will also talk the Sentry down in some way. Probably after they smash a whole bunch of stuff. Like, it wouldn't be fun if they teased the characters in the movies and didn't let them destroy a whole bunch of stuff before they chill out. But one of the other big Easter eggs here too, because we have Adamantium showing up in this movie, is in the background of Falcon's office here. You can actually see on the monitors over on the right here, Tiamat, the dead Celestial in the Indian Ocean. But this scene, the funny thing here is it's clipped directly out of the Eternals movie, so they're making it seem almost like Falcon is watching the Eternals movie while he's also monitoring Sam Wilson's Captain America on this mission. Most of the Captain America Brave New World trailers so far keep showing the Celestial from weird angles where you only see little bits of it, probably to save money on special effects too. All of his talk about the green suit is based on the comic book Falcon suit, which we see later in the trailer, but also the joke here is green for Green Hulk, because so much Hulk-related stuff is happening during the movie. Expecting lots more Spider-Man Tom Holland jokes when Anthony Mackie starts officially promoting the movie going on the press tour real soon.
I haven't seen the Falcon Oh, no, there isn't one. Sorry.
A lot of talk, obviously, about all the reshoots, like 4 rounds of reshoots, I think, on this movie, almost more than I think like any other recent movie that I can think of. For the most part, I think the idea is that test audiences are having trouble with all the leader storyline stuff in the movie, not any of the Anthony Mackie Captain America stuff. It actually sounds like all of his stuff in the movie is solid, which I think bodes well for his future inside the MCU. People are generally enjoying his character in the movie, just the way the movie exists right now. Whatever it was that test audiences were not digging about the leader's storyline during the movie, hopefully they fix that by the time the movie actually comes out. Generally, the Marvel movies that I'm most hyped up about next year is the Fantastic Four and then Thunderbolts, just the way they're talking about Thunderbolts. But there is a bunch of new footage in this trailer, so if there's any Easter eggs or references that you spotted that I didn't talk about in the video, just write them below in the comments. We'll probably get some more Thunderbolts trailers soon, and I think we're going to get that first real big Fantastic Four trailer at the Super Bowl at the beginning of February. The other big trailer that everyone's been talking about this month is the new Superman trailer that James Gunn said that he's going to release sometime soon. Everybody thinks that it's going to drop in December, but he keeps making it seem like he's going to hold it, so we might have to wait till the Super Bowl for that too. Whenever he winds up releasing it, of course I will do a video, but here's the thing, they actually just did a crossover cameo scene with the new David Cornswith Superman in the Creature Commandos series, because that's meant to be like the beginning of the DCU. I just did like a full breakdown video of Easter eggs in that episode. Click here for that, and click here for my brand new Fantastic Four trailer video and Easter eggs. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.